Hello and welcome to this video. Today I'm ranking the creatures of Monstrum and giving a description on them to show why I put them there on the list. This is a short ranking due to there only being 3 monsters, but I think it will be fun. What will I be ranking them on? Their appearance, their difficulty, their stats, their speed, strength, intelligence, what they're resistant to, their special abilities, and their chase theme song. With all that said, let's get into the ranking. Also, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. At the third spot, we got the Fiend. The appearance of the Fiend is kinda cool in my opinion. He's the least scary of the three. He has brown, burnt-like skin, sunken eyes, and looks like a skeleton, malnourished demon with purple mist all around him at all times. He was also a human before, but was turned into a fiend after the failed experiment with jellyfish, DNA, and cellular respiration. The Fiend's difficulty. He is the hardest out of the three because he doesn't make any noise from walking, due to him floating. The player can be notified of him when the lights are flickering. He has many abilities. He can cause your screen to be covered by tentacles, which will cause you to slow down and stun you. If it happens 3 times, you die. He can lock doors within an area of you with this purple mist. When he does this, you can no longer open them, and it kind of like traps you, so if you get into a dead end and he's behind you, you're basically dead. But the trade-off for this is he's the slowest monster during a chase, because his roaming speed is the same as his chase speed, making the slowest monster during his chase, but the fastest during roaming technically. He's also the weakest out of all 3 monsters. He can still open doors with his telekinesis, but he is slow at doing it because he needs to unlock it with his brain. This can also be cheesed because you can just relock it after he unlocks it, because a little bit of a cooldown before you can open it. So you're basically just trolling the Fiend over and over again until it rage baits itself and commits suicide. But the Fiend is the smartest monster of all 3 of them, but not by much. He doesn't get fooled by radio or egg timers as much. He checks more hiding spots than the other ones, especially when he sees the player enter a room. He might even check all of them, but if he does find you, just press the space key and you escape his grasp. He's also immune to fire and pitfall traps due to him floating, but he can't be stunned by flare guns, steam, fire extinguishers. But with him, every turn is a risk. You can't hear him, so you might just run into him when you round a corner and it'll kill you instantly, which is super annoying, and it happens to me way too much, and it's super embarrassing. And hiding, forget about it. It's completely useless against him. A good strategy for him is just go to a floor, run around, loot as much as possible, and then dip. Because he lurks around you at all times, and he hides around the corners because you can't hear him. And he also causes the lights to flicker. And you don't know if he's above you, down the hall, or literally around the corner when this happens. So when you're hiding, you're just waiting there for a long time, hoping he'll go away, but he's just in the same room as you. So you come out, he kills you, or you come out and no one's there, and you just wasted a bunch of time. And finally, for his chase theme song. But yeah, I don't really like his chase theme song. It's just too loud and it's very annoying. When he comes on screen, you just hear that noise, just rapes your ears like crazy, bro. It just hurts so bad, it overpowers the rest of the game, and it sounds like you're scratching on something or just glass breaking. It's hard to explain what it sounds like. Overall, I just don't like it at all. It doesn't sound very good, and it's kind of just really annoying. But overall, he's my least favorite monster. He's the most difficult for me, and his silent movement is just really annoying. I just like to know where the monster is. It's kind of unfair just around a corner and get killed. He looks cool and he has a lot of abilities, which makes it hard. But I don't know, I don't like his song. It's just annoying. And just playing against him is very annoying. Overall, my least favorite monster, deserving the number 3 spot. The number 2 spot is the Brute. He's a tall, muscular, and charred mutant with a long mouth that almost looks like it's broken. But he also emits an orange glow from his mouth and his eyes, which can be used to see if he's nearby or rounding a corner. He must be a professional gooner too, because he has one huge arm and one small left one. Quick lore drop about the Brute. He was actually an experiment gone wrong, like the other monsters, but instead of one person, he was 2 people merged together to become like that. Kind of like a mutant from the Sons of the Forest or the Forest, being 2 people stitched together to one. For the difficulty of the Brute, most people say he's the easiest, but in my opinion, he's the middle ground. He's not too hard or too easy. He's always around you at all times, because he's programmed to circle the player or just to be near them. You can tell if he's close by his footsteps, but it's very common to hear them and think he's above you, but in reality, he's beside you or in the hall over. His face also glows, which is another indicator to see if he's turning a corner, but it's not super useful because you won't always be seeing him You don't want to see him because he will spot you, chase you, and probably kill you. He's also the fastest out of all three monsters, being slightly slower than the character. In a straight hallway or open area chase, you can outrun him, but in tight hallways, or if you hit a pitfall trap, or steam, you will be hit and most likely killed. And if he's chasing you and you hit a dead end, say goodbye to that run, because you're going to be dead in about 5 seconds. For the brute's strength, he is the strongest out of the three monsters, which makes sense, he is the biggest one. He is pretty slow and he can break down all doors in basically one shot, so locking them is basically useless. And they don't really slow him down really, so you can lock the door and it'll give you like an extra second. He's also always able to kill you if he finds you hiding, unlike the other monsters where they just like pull you out and like you're stunned and you can get up, only being damaged. But he just kills you instantly. But he is the dumbest of all the monsters, being easily fooled by egg timers and radios, and having a hard time searching rooms. So if you leave like an egg timer in front of those locked doors, he'll most likely break them for you, unlike the Fiend, and Alex will turn them off instead. The Brew is basically the big dumb idiot of the three monsters. He has a very, very hard time finding you unless he sees you and saw you in that spot, like go into it, like crawl under a desk or hide in the locker. He is resistant to fire, so using a flare gun or gasoline fire will do absolutely nothing, just make him mad. So don't use those, but he's still weak to fire extinguishers and distractions, which work well on him. And same as traps and steam, they all work on him as well. And his theme song is basic, but it's also like a good theme song for the overall game. Like see what I mean? It's pretty good. It really does get your heart pumping a little bit, if you know what I mean. But yeah, he's an iconic monster. For me, he definitely is like the most average and basic monster in the game. I believe he's also the first monster ever added to the game. I think at one point there was only one, and it was him, which is kind of cool. He's the OG. But for me, he's a mid-tier monster. Not too difficult, not too hard. Perfect spot for second place. But on to my favorite monster in the entire game. In first place, we have my favorite monster, the Hunter. The lore of why she looks like that is because she was captured and experimented on, like the other monsters, to become the perfect hunter. Obviously, it failed and she escaped, becoming a jellyfish like creature, being perfectly see through with its organs being visible. And she has 4 jaws and is fairly skinny and has long, sharp claws. She kind of reminds me of a creepy version of the Gulix from Pikmin 1. For her difficulty, most players find her to be difficult, but for me, she's definitely the easiest monster because she's always around you in the vents, and one camera alarm and she's popped out of them immediately, basically on your ass. But she's not that fast, so you can outrun her pretty easily. And her stats are that she's medium intelligence, will search for you in rooms, and might find you hiding. But like the Fiend, you can escape her and get up by pressing spacebar. And I wouldn't waste too much time on egg timers because she's not that dumb and won't always go after them. She's the slowest monster in a chase. Player can easily outrun her. She relies on cornering you or coming out of the vents in front of you and catching you off guard, which will kill you instantly, and there's nowhere for you to run. She's also the second strongest monster. She takes 2 to 3 hits to break down strong doors, which is pretty good, and 2 for the weaker ones. So locking them is a good option to buy you a few extra seconds to hide or just to stall her out. She's the only monster not able to break down the fuse reinforced doors, and she has used the vents to escape them, so she's perfect if you lock them in there. Keeps them trapped for like 30 seconds, which is amazing. Her special ability is stealth, vents, and spore sacs, and basically just being around you or close to you at all times. When you make any noise, maybe the camera alarms, she will pop out of the closest vent and chase the player. Or if you're in the ship crawl space or the cargo hold, she will come out of the spore sacs. And when the player is close to them, then she might just come out even if you're silent. She also can come out of the ocean when you're on the deck. Her resistances are nothing. She's weak to fire, flare guns, fire extinguishers, and distractions, pitfall traps, and steam. So she's probably the easiest monster to fight off compared to the other two. For me, I enjoy her theme song the most. It's just a bunch of blah noises basically, but it does bring me back to when I used to watch Mr. Gibbs play this game, and that sound just like brings me back. It's like kind of nostalgic. That might be blinding me, but I don't know, I just like it. It makes my heart pump and just think of the Monstrum experience. Here is a quick sample. That's why she's my favorite monster. I enjoy everything about fighting her and playing against her. She's not that hard. I learned her moveset. I enjoy her music when she's chasing me. I like when her kill animation, so when she kills me, it's enjoyable, and just the overall vibe and bop for me. That's why she is my favorite monster. And that is it for my little ranking on the 3 Monstrum creatures. It's a little bit of a short video. It took me forever to make because I am a procrastinator. But I bought a new microphone halfway through, so let me know how the second half of the video sounds, so the Fiend part and the Hunter, because that's when I bought it and decided to hook it up. Also my first time using this new editing software on PC, so I'm hoping to improve with time and upload a lot more. But with that said, have an amazing rest of your day, and always stay positive, or whatever the fuck they say, I don't know.